Hey guys, it's Joey Valley TCG. Hope everyone is having a good day, a good week. So today we are going to be talking about some of the craziness that is happening with this set in front of you, OP09. Things are popping off, and we're going to go over some of those price movements today. So before I do that, really two things. First, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, especially subscribing, uh, that helps really out a lot with the channel. So I know a lot of people are watching the channel, and I do see those ratios on my end. So if you could just hit the subscribe button, that would be super, super appreciated. And then the other thing that I wanted to quickly go over is the fact that I do have my giveaway for my 1 year anniversary of the Valley TCG channel. That's happening. That was my last video. So if you guys want to check that out, just leave a comment. That way you're enter into the giveaway and subscribe as well. So that would be really, really helpful, guys. So thank you guys for those of you who have entered the contest. One thing there is just that it's going to be US only. I did add that as a disclaimer in the video. I did not do it as I was talking about the giveaway. Just kind of slipped my mind, but it is going to be US only. And then, I think I'm going to announce a winner, not this coming video, but the video after that. So usually I wait 3 videos. So on the 3rd video, I will give the winner the good surprise, if you will. So, anyways, with that clerical work out of the way, let's get into this. Let's talk about OP09. So OP09. I mean, what just happened, right? So this set just dropped, and as you can see, booster case prices, a whole case has recently just popped from $1,400 to $1,500. That is not that much at all, right? That is under, I mean, let's just do the calculation right now. 1,500 divided by 12. So that's $130 a booster box. And the reprint hasn't fully hit yet. So a couple of the websites that I track, they're saying that reprint will be sometime in January all the way through February. So they're not even sure when it's coming, but it is coming. So there will be another wave of this. So when that does hit, booster box prices might drop actually quite much further lower than this, right? We've seen in OP06, OP07, when booster box prices were hovering around this price, the reprint hit and prices went below $100 booster box. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with OP09. I think there's actually going to be quite a lot of demand for this set with support level above $100 a box. I do think that there are enough hits in here for people to justify making that purchase, whereas in 06, yeah, maybe you could say there's a few good cards in there. 07, not so much, and 08, I mean, that went all the way down to $70 a box, right? But I do think that 09 will be able to hold its value because of the cards that we're going to talk about in a minute here. Obviously, there's the manga arts. We're not going to talk about that. You guys already are well accustomed to the manga arts. Although I just, maybe a quick comment there. It's just that all 4 of the manga arts are holding above $400 a card. In fact, that means you have a really good chance. If you do get a manga art to make a decent amount of money on that card, and then that's outside of the gold D. Roger card, which who knows what that price is these days. But first and foremost, so Nami is $255. Still, I mean, this card, I thought this would come down a little bit. I talked about this in one of my prior videos. So I thought, once people either saw the video or saw the price acceleration that they would put more inventory online. And it seems like they did, right? So some people were listing it for 200. Um, some people, I guess, like they must have freak sold or like, oh, they're like, oh crap, prices got a little bit too hot there. Let me sell this right now and just listed it at a buy now type of price. So I don't know what happened here. I wonder if they had just a really weird shipping cost built in. But prices are kind of all over the place, right? Um, but average, you're looking at 250. I mean, there were some sales a couple days ago for $300 a card. Now we're back down to 250 for this OP Guru cards. Generally, most people go to the first gold star seller. So let's just say we're at $259 a card. So that's absolutely crazy. We've just seen this incredible acceleration from 150 at release all the way to now 250. I do think, I talked about this in my last video. I do think this is going to come down with a reprint, but still, what a crazy price acceleration. And that's not just, I guess, what's the word? It is not just isolated to Nami SP. It's also for Boa Hancock SP. This is crazy. This dropped all the way down to almost $100 a card. We're at $200, $210 for the Gold Star seller. What? What the heck? So a lot of these sales, as you can tell, the 30th, 31st, on the 2nd. So I don't know if prices are going to stay at this level for long. If people see this, are they going to list more cards to try to get this out of their collection so that they are able to take advantage of the price fluctuation once a reprint comes out? I don't know. I think natural human response is to do so, but it's just absolutely crazy that this also hit over $200 a card. This card is absolutely beautiful. I think this is a much better card than the manga art from many different vantage points, if you will. But this is just a better looking art altogether, better drawn, all of that. So incredible. Zoro Juro from OP09, the SP version, this just went to $100 today. As you guys can see here, this hasn't even registered, right? This is hovering around $58, went up to $67, and then just today we're seeing a ton of sell through at that lower price point, and now we're at over $100 a card, $115 for the lowest gold star seller. Pretty crazy. Monkey the Dragon, this card is playable, so I can see why this card, this card has held value all the way through. 70 to now 100 or $95 a card. That's good. That's reasonable, but it's always kind of held around that price, as you guys can see, right? Because this is more playable card. So I do wonder. I should have probably mentioned this earlier, but it does seem like there's a little bit of a price manipulation or buyouts happening. So just kind of watch out for that. Donquixote Reslinante. I think he's one of the coolest characters in One Piece, super underrated. Smokes a cigarette. Everyone that smokes a cigarette is cool, right, guys? But $50 a card, hovering around that level for pretty much the entirety of its existence. Now $60. Let's see down here. Yeah, $60. So this is also moving. Lucci, this is the, I was going to say the cheapest of the SPs, but it's not really anymore, right? So if you guys can see, $45, now we're at $75. That's insane. That's absolutely bonkers. This does remind me of the OP05 drop when every single SP was accelerating. Kaido, I think I bought the Kaido at $30 and sold it at $70, $80. just to take advantage of times like these, right? I haven't really opened that many of OP09, so I'm happy to talk about it. I don't really need to, I guess, inventory dump, if you will. So just a heads up, guys. I mean, prices like this, usually I would say unsustainable. Wanted poster cards, which I think these are better cards collectability wise than the SPs right now, even though this might not be as pretty as, like, let's say this beautiful Nami card or the Boa Hancock card or the Zoro card. But these are very rare cards, very unique. Remember in OP03 they wanted to do wanted cards and the art was terrible. So finally they started doing the real wanted poster that we see in the anime or in the manga. That type of art as a wanted card. I mean, I think 150 bucks. Yeah, it's moving up. Kind of. Well, I mean, I guess it went actually above that before top tier collectibles listed, but this is a really, really pretty card. So I can understand why this is maybe $150, $175 and accelerated from 112. I do think that, yeah, just like everything else, I think prices are going to come down with the reprint, but still, just very, very interesting to see that, you know, these cards are moving up so quickly, and this is what, like an 80% increase, whereas a Monkey D. Luffy card, whether the buyouts or the manipulation, potentially manipulation, it hasn't really hit the side of things. So it hasn't really gone to the same level of price acceleration, even though from a collectability standpoint, I do think it deserves it. Shanks, zero movement since release. Um, yeah, pretty much at 80 something dollars. Uh, Again, I do think this is a beautiful card. I don't know how playable this is. 10 drop cards are generally really hard to keep in your deck, just because that's all of your dons that you're using. So like if you did have like this card in your deck, it's probably just going to be one, right? You're not going to have like 4 copies of this. So probably not super, super playable. But 12K rush card is interesting. But anyways, I do think that the art here is, again, one of my favorites. So Marshall D. Teach, this is the SR from '09. This is a playable card, so not very much movement here. Let's look at sold. Yeah, I mean, just 80, 90. It was actually higher, so this is, interestingly enough, this one has dropped. So, uh, Buggy. Buggy is starting to move up, right? This one I thought is very interesting because I don't think this is playable per se. And then at the same time, I mean, maybe it's just the hype, right? The hype around One Piece, but look, I mean, this is a $40 card. Now it's $70, 69.20, right? And I'm shocked it's not 69.24, right? So this is or 42, I should say, 69.42. This is interesting, right? It does, I think, just rounding out the conversation here. This, I think, is just a total example that a bit of manipulation has hit One Piece. We've seen this crazy price acceleration in Pokemon in a way that I personally don't think is totally deserved. I mean, take a look at this, right? Surging Sparks Booster Box. This is a set that was released just a couple of months ago, maybe not even a month, a couple of months ago, maybe just like a month ago. MSRP is 160. the other sets prior to this, MSRP was below that and was comfortably below that at $100. This is the first set in many sets that's started to go above MSRP, and we're so far above MSRP now that it just feels like this is pure price manipulation, right? There's so much hype, right? Look, a pre-sale was 115 bucks, right? There's so much hype in Pokemon that we really haven't seen in One Piece, right? I mean, if you look at OP09 booster box prices, $134 a booster box. I mean, OP05 on release was over $200. It went eventually closer to $300. That was price manipulation. This, Surging Sparks, is price manipulation. When the reprint hits, because it's going to, Pokemon always does another wave, and they always manage that wave depending on the demand. They're going to do a mega sized wave of this, maybe multiple. I mean, these booster box prices are going to go down to 100 a box. But for now, people are, whether, it's tons of money out there that's manipulating this, or people are just starting to hype into Pokemon in the way that we kind of saw in 2021 or 2016 and beyond, or different instances of hype. I mean, we're seeing hype here, but just not here in One Piece. So maybe we're starting to finally see with some of these other cards I've talked about before today, we're finally starting to see some price action come back into the game. And I would say that just largely, I know for players, you just want to have the cheapest cards available. For collectors or for people who are, scalping, you want to have like really high, fast moving price of down to high, and then maybe some volatility in between. I kind of think about it like, day traders and stocks, right? You want that volatility to make money on the margin. And then I would just say that right now, if we do see some price acceleration in One Piece, some recovery, and I think we are starting to, and I'll talk more about this in another video of different booster box prices, that are starting to move. I would just say that that is a healthy thing for One Piece for the long term. You do not want to have prices be so low or so affordable or so attainable that it just pushes out interest from the game. You really want to have a very healthy balance of players, of cards that are affordable, and really awesome chase cards for collectors that are part of the game, that want to continue to rip, that want to continue to participate in this game, right? So I would just say you really want to have a healthy balance of both. And largely, I mean, look at this. We are starting to see that again. And I think that is absolutely awesome, right? Like, we shouldn't have leaders, alternate art leaders at like $200-300, right? Like that was happening in OP05. I mean, alternate art leaders, that's for the players, right? For the collectors, you shouldn't really care as much about that. You should care more about these cards, the SPs, and the wanted cards, right? The manga arts. So to have these prices starting to move in a healthy direction, trend in a healthy direction, but have booster box prices still super, super, super attainable, I think we're in the best market that we can see for One Piece. Like, if you kind of think about, like, do you want to be super underweight or super overweight? Like, we're equal weight right now. We are, BMI, like, at a level that is just at the cusp of, healthy, not too much into underweight, not too much into overweight. This is where we are today, and I think we are in an absolutely awesome position in One Piece today. And, I really didn't think, thinking back, 12 months, that we were going to get to this place so quickly. And the fact that, I thought we were going to have like this huge washout in interest in the game once all of the dollars left. And we kind of did have that in the middle of the year. But the fact that we're starting to recover, we're finding a floor in the game, we're finding a floor in card prices and booster box prices. I think that's an absolutely awesome and beautiful thing. That's all I wanted to talk about. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing and commenting really, really, really does help me out a lot. So please, please, if you've been watching my videos and you like them, please hit that like and give me a comment and that subscribe button. Even if you don't like my videos, right? Please feel free to hit that subscribe button and then tell me that I am doing a terrible job. Happy to take some feedback here, folks. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're in a really good place in One Piece? Do you think prices should go up higher? Do you think prices should go down more on the booster box size or on the manga art side? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next time.